Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. To the genuine ones with malicious intentions, I say this respectfully. I should hope that you continue to find peace within regards to who gave up on you or overlooked you during your journey. You matter and you are worthy. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Healing trauma and pain is not a race overnight process. Competing wasn't part of your vocabulary. You had to understand your thinking when it came to your hold on 1 second. You was far from mentally disturbed. How folks tried to destroy you when it come to your character traits, or because you believe something they couldn't relate to was concentration. Because elevation is different. When you understood that hold on 1 second, you had to heal that open wound. Allow you to realize the hold on 1 second. It had to take time to actually realize the hold on 1 second. You wasn't trying to hurt yourself with words on the day to be confused. You have folks gave up on you, overlooked you during your journey. They didn't know how to protect you, let alone love you. And when you got lost in your words, you had a vocabulary problem. When it comes to hold on 1 second, you had a speech problem. You never gave up on yourself. You prayed to go within, understand your reflection, that one day that things would change. Elevation is different. Hold on 1 second. You wasn't seeking revenge because someone didn't know how to love you, they don't respect you, and it's just different. Going within, that confidence is different. Healing trauma and pain is not a race overnight process, but you matter, you're worthy. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Where do I start? Misunderstood and loved by you. I'm far from a hater. I wasn't trying to resist me because you overlooked me. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater, what about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater, what about you? That ain't just different. I could fail. I wasn't trying to get discouraged. The energy is different. Confidence. They would never understand how time can heal open wounds. A reflection they can relate to. How God was showing you faith, having hope within. That vocabulary is different when God was fixing your crown. Never had hate in your vein when it came to your neighbor. Just speaking up for yourself in the most healthiest way. Overcoming the storm when they try to do you wrong. That energy is different. You was truly strong. You was far from strung out. Even when you had the next door neighbor in different tax bracket trying to discourage you. They try to poison you. They wanted you to be like someone at the end that you truly wasn't, uncomfortable. All because of the fact I love myself not to dim my light. God heal me. The devil was just testing me. God healed me. God revealed the enemy. Even a door address when I least expected. I ain't had to ask for direction when it came to my neighbor. Because God was allowing me to see at the end that I ain't have to get physical when someone tried to shortchange my mental health. They wanted to be a crash out. They didn't want me to be mentally stable. That energy is different. I was far from wilding out. That energy is different when it comes to growth. They say every distraction, when you least expect it, could turn into a blessing. Only when you realize you may thought you was going the wrong direction. But God was still favoring you least expected. Because God was never for likes and views and clout chasing. Something that made certain folks feel so uncomfortable, you being authentic. Didn't have to try hard to be yourself. Wasn't wearing a mask. They would never understand unconditional love started within. They tried to weather your storm, but God wasn't misleading you wrong. They didn't want you to be emotionally available, but hold on 1 second. They couldn't control God's narrative. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. That's something they couldn't relate to. What's going within. You pray for your neighbor, not against them. They would never understand. We was never competing. They said that you're whack and you're corny, you're nobody, but you truly wasn't relevant at the end of the day. When you wasn't even trying to hurt nobody, your biggest cheerleader, because God gave you balance, acknowledge your worth. That energy is different. Because God wasn't allowing you to fumble yourself, regardless of what season. You became your testimony when you least expected. Wasn't in competition when it came to someone's trauma and pain, because y'all walk of life ain't the same. It be the train of thought for me, how folks would create a hate train. They thought it was a flex. At the end, they talking about they was keeping it real. Or because they tax bracket, they was truly mentally ill. Because how can you discourage your neighbor that was the same culture as you? Or let alone the sex as you? Religion, sexual orientation, disability. Damn, I just put everything on the table. It's a chain of thought for me. Because this type of stuff happens every single day. How folks are trying to get you out of character. And then as soon as you speak up for yourself, they say that something's mentally wrong with you. Hold on one second, but God was really holding the wheel. God didn't let you fumble yourself because you truly fall from mentally ill. You know, that childhood trauma was real. You know, everybody's walk of life ain't the same. You know, gang stalking was real. You ever lost somebody at a young age? Only was to hold on one second. That pain would never be the same. It went into your adulthood too. Because nobody ever showed you love. Only was to hold on one second. How do I love me? Because someone chose me. But that was part of my past. They're not in my reality today. But only was I prayed every single day. Asking for guidance. Asking for God to show it for me. Acknowledge and show me I'm worthy. To heal trauma and pain. That ain't just different. Folks like that, I love you, I hear you, I got your back. But they were just doing it. Hold on one second for likes and views of cloud chasing. Hold on one second. You wasn't on that type of time when it comes to their reactions. You know how folks be like, hey, what's up, girl? What up? Yo, what up? Shit, what up? How when certain folks come around, that pretending games start to come on or whatever the case may be. Everybody knows you all of a sudden. Now you so irrelevant. But you just didn't know me a minute ago at the end of the day. You had so much negative to say when it came to the hate train. Didn't matter if you was family or not. If it didn't matter if you was family or not. You know family do it the worst. They said they call you stupid, slow, and retarded. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same. How did you heal that open wound that truly allowed you to feel like, hold on one second, will I ever overcome the pain? Then hearing it from a stranger in the street, it made you feel like, hold on one second, there's something truly mentally wrong with me. But only if you look at your reflection, you was far from that. You was actually smarter than them. A lot of them at the end of the day only keep it real. When they said that you was mentally ill, you actually had potential to become your best self vision of yourself, and it's still within you because you never lost your character traits. That was God's vision. God gave you the potential. God gave you the gift because you was truly the blessing. And God didn't make a mistake because God said, don't fumble you. I got your back. Because God was never for sale when you was keeping it real. You actually practice what you preach when it comes to respecting your neighbor. But God allowed you to speak up for yourself because God was holding the wheel. Took a whole community to create a hate train so nobody would believe you. But keeping it real had never left within you. Until it's their household and they understand. Always be yourself with no malicious intention. I say that respectfully. How God had a better plan. I love myself not to dim my light. I love myself not to dim my light. Catch your blessings, don't dim your light, neighbor, neighbor. Catch your blessings, don't dim your light, neighbor, neighbor. Catch your blessings, don't dim your light, neighbor, neighbor. Far from a hater. How the enemy, let alone the devil, will try to humble you. But it's always been within you. Having the potential. You always been authentic from day one. When it come to your jokes at the end of the day, truly keeping the real. Like, hold on one second. I was just being myself. I ain't have to pretend to be somebody I truly wasn't. That's why folks try to mislead you. To project that you was truly cornering your way, but you truly was far from that. Never allow someone to dim you, like to discourage you. Respecting your neighbor, you fall for mentally ill. When they disturb their own peace, forgot to go with it. They be trying to throw for me because you truly got potential. How this type of stuff actually happens. How folks want you to get discouraged because you truly have potential. They try to rob you mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, even make you homeless. All because you're not trying to dim your light alone, get discouraged. Under the full moon. Good day, bad day, and misunderstanding. They folks are trying to paint you out to be the fool. They energy harvest off your energy, won't put respect on your name. They feeding the community but you. They throwing spoke right to left, they trying to poison you. They trying to paint you out to be the villain in their story, all because you chose you. It was never competition because you was never competing. You had a little birdie in your ear talking about they nothing but hate at the end of the day. Don't give up on you. You had chicks and dudes gang stalking you. You had chicks and dudes painting a hate train towards you. You had chicks and dudes ready to square up with you. All because of the fact that you truly had potential. You was never the issue. You had folks even sniffing you. It be the train of thought for me. And that right there is doing too much. Had folks lying on an innocent person. Or because you wanted to have the narrative of the script at that day. Talking about someone stink. Knows a train of thought for me. How you walk into someone's household? You pick and choose who could shade. At the end of the day, it be the train of thought for me. How the devil will allow you to see who they are. Because you truly not for me. Because I saw right through you. Remember what I said that day. One thing I never had to do was lie because God didn't make a mistake. You know, when you start the sage, God said, hold on 1 second, this is real. No, for real, for real. No, I'm going to show you something that you're going to be like, ooh. He said, be careful what you ask for, right? When you pray to go within, especially when you ask God to reveal the devil, let alone the enemy, God will truly show you. But are you ready for that seat? That is just different. God really revealed. You was never part of nobody's script, but they put you part of something that you wasn't part of. And then they try to label you mentally ill. How this type of stuff really happens. Always be yourself with no malicious intention. I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. You ever felt like your voice was never heard? Like literally never heard. Like you didn't have to fake be a popular loner. You didn't have to pretend to be smart you truly wasn't. You didn't have to pretend. Because it was never for likes and views or cloud chasing. You didn't have to pretend. Because if you had people around you at the end of the day, you'll feel thankful for having them around you. You wouldn't want to pretend to be a popular loner. It's trying to throw for me how folks put on a script at the end of the day and pretend to be something they truly not. Just to fit in. Just to play a character. Trying to humble somebody that's actually going through something. And they was far from a hater. That ain't just different. How you put yourself in competition with a child of God that didn't have to tell a lot, let alone wasn't wearing a mask. How you poison the neighborhoods. Talking about you real at the end of the day, but you kicking the next person down. Or because you're trying to keep up with the likes and views of cloud chasing, let alone fame, when someone actually was putting you on because you was going the wrong way. You disrespected them right to left. Trying to rob them mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. He'd be the train of thought from you like, hold on, how? Because you didn't want someone to elevate. They wasn't trying to do that to you that day. Telling somebody it's the norm to do something wrong to their body, mentally, physically, emotionally. Hold on 1 second, what happened to you? You nothing but the devil child, and I say that respectfully. It's good people with good hearts out here that don't switch up. They just distance themselves from folks that's truly not for them. That energy hits different. We ain't the same. We ain't gotta pretend at the end of the day. How folks will sit there and blackmail you against you because of the fact that, hold on 1 second, you actually allow yourself to heal. You still being patient with your wounds at the end of the day to understand I ain't trying to get discouraged because someone didn't hear me that day. You can't love me, protect me. I wasn't trying to be somebody else I truly wasn't. Because at the end of the day, I wouldn't be able to fulfill them shoes. Let alone, why would I want to go through that type of trauma? Or pain? We ain't the same. Always be yourself with no intentions. I'm nice and respect. And I love to talk about love. No, every change of it, always be yourself with no molested. Don't tell me you like me, but never far from a hater. Love is real, love is one of a kind with the right one actually for you. You know, true love is not wearing a mask. It's not. It was the unexpected. But it became possible. Someone loving you right the first time around. Something that you always pray for. Someone truly showing up for you, emotionally available, someone not misleading you. Who would have knew? The love of your life truly showed you why someone brought you balance that day. You know, when you first start talking to somebody, it wasn't switching up mindsets though. Hold on 1 second. It just got better when it came to the seasons. Someone bringing peace into your life. It wasn't competition. Who would have knew that true love would be patient with you? Someone would laugh at your corny jokes even if you can't dance. Someone still wanted to do the two-step with you. Hold on 1 second. We Evan straight on me. Always be yourself. That ain't just different. How you was book smart, street smart, all above. You had a past, but someone still knew how to love you because you wasn't trying to project that in your healthy relationship. That energy is different. Something that you wasn't hiding from, let alone running from, but that energy is different when it comes to growth and maturing, acting your body weight, not your shoe size. Hold on 1 second. God didn't dim your light another day because you allowed you to love you. And because you allowed you to love you, God allows you to see that it's okay for you to love the right person the right way. You're still being patient when it comes to this healing journey. Because someone is willing to be patient with you, it was a choice for you two to come together. Because when you said I do, hold on 1 second, God allows you to understand why God brought balance to that weather. You know, better days ahead. How your past fumbled you, but your future showed you why it was okay to understand happy tears today. You gained the love of a best friend, a business partner, someone cheering you on up close in person behind closed doors. That remedy is different. It wasn't a hate train. The angel is different, let alone lust, let alone mind games. Hold on 1 second, someone wasn't trying to suck at your free will because they didn't have to play with sport to value your time and day. Hold on 1 second, someone could truly keep it real. Love is real, love is one of a kind, with the right one truly for you. That ain't just different. Love is real, love is one of a kind, with the right one that's truly for you. You know, someone that sees you, hears you, respects you. Who would have knew that someone could truly pour into you? It wasn't a game. Someone be on the same page. You know, someone showing you that they walked into the right person's arms that day, and y'all both was on the same page when it comes to protecting someone's mental health, let alone someone's heart. You know, because that was so dead to them at the end of the day, because they actually had one. Because not everybody has a heart. No effort straight off of me. You gave somebody butterflies on the inside. Valuing someone's time. Hold on 1 second, God didn't tell a lie. They say fairy tales ain't real, but someone truly know how to keep it real. Who would have knew the love of your life would be patient with you? I'm not aging them respect, and true love is not supposed to hurt. True love is not manipulation, let alone having a hand problem. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. Someone can truly walk into your life and love you right the first time around. It's possible. With the right one for you. That sees you, hears you, respects you. You know, the one that's being loyal the first time around. They're not trying to have their cake and eat it too. The one that's not trying to control you. The one that just brings you balance to show you at the end of the day, yeah, you love yourself, but you open that door for someone to do you wrong. Now, and the J gonna be two different things, no, for real. Let alone someone that have to second your free will. Because they didn't have to play with spell work to get your time and day. You know, everybody doesn't operate like that. And they didn't have to energy harvest off your energy or destiny swipe with you or have malicious intentions towards you or whatever the case may be, because people go into relationships and have these type of mindsets. They do. My conscience, everybody. No mother or father or loved one should lose a loved one because someone lacks self-control and discipline. Didn't matter your tax bracket, and I say that respectfully. Nobody should have a hate crime being projected towards them. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Because regardless if someone knows somebody or not, when somebody walks away and there was no malicious intentions, but someone said they wanted to seek revenge because they didn't want someone to elevate. They didn't want someone to prosper. They didn't want someone to love themselves. They didn't want someone to look in the mirror to see their futures are beautiful. They didn't want someone to understand that they could pour into their cup and actually be fruitful. They wanted to be able to control the narrative of projecting spell work or destiny swiping or energy harvesting or someone's energy or trying to blackmail an innocent person, whatever the case may be. Because this type of stuff actually happens. We live in a spiritual world. My content is not for everyone. People pick and choose who can talk about God, let alone spirituality. But God was never for sale. The Heavenly Father, God, and Mother I pray to was never for likes and views or clout chasing, because God is not for sale. And I do not worship the devil regardless of my sexual orientation, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. Always be yourself with no intentions. I would never hurt myself, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding. And I say that respectfully. When someone says you don't have potential, never give up on yourself, and they're willing to blackmail you against you, never have intentions, never get discouraged. They be so inspired by you, watching your every move, taking notes, but won't put respect on your name at the end of the day, because it's you. You are beautiful, you are handsome, you matter, you're worthy. Never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. Have a safe year, day, even, week, weekend, you matter, you worthy. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not everybody. How individuals will say that you don't got potential, they would try to do a humiliation ritual towards you, dig up your past, and one thing you never have to do, regardless of someone telling the truth or lying at the end of the day, and they gotta go behind the scenes and hack your devices to see what you got going on, or whatever the case may be. One thing you never have to do is run from who? Yourself. Because it made you the person that you are today. And those individuals not even in your life today. Because they wasn't in your life for all the right reasons. Because God saw what they was doing behind closed doors. And especially when it comes to a certain chapter in your life at the end of the day. Overcoming those obstacles, testimonies, you wasn't the mistake. Regardless who didn't love you, protect you, and respect you. Gotcha, motherfucker! Gotcha! Got you! My content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no misintentions, and I say that respectfully. Never give up on yourself because someone wants to blackmail you against you. And they don't have to put respect on your name. You're mad and you're worthy, because when the right community is truly for you, they don't have to gang stalk you. They don't have to hack your devices. They don't have to project spell towards you. They don't have to energy harvest off your energy. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding, and I say that respectfully. They know how to put respect on your name. Regardless, they don't know how to weather their own storm, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Thank you for your time. To the genuine ones with no misintentions, I truly hope all is well in your end. Gang stalking is real, especially when you're not doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing. I'm far from a crash out, regardless of trying to blackmail me against me, and I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself. Have a safe year, day, evening, week, weekend. You matter, you're worthy. Protect your energy, protecting your family, stop the violence, stay out of trouble. Peace and respect to neighbor. Stop the ones you many want to know them. You let go, you neighbor, know them. You like, I gotta go. I say this respectfully. Never give up on yourself because someone wants you to live in fear. When someone threatens your life that nobody's going to believe you, and they're trying to project a character that they're truly not, who they truly are, because they want to humble you, never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. Because the right people see you, hear you, and respect you with no malicious intentions, and I say that respectfully. When someone is in the background trying to project a hate crime towards you, or someone's in the background trying to rob you mentally, physically, spiritually, or financially at the end of the day, they're hacking your mail, your packages, placing something in one box to put in another box, or whatever the case may be, to try to paint you out to be mentally ill. God saw all of that. And you ain't have to lie at the end of the day. When folks work in different tax brackets, the whole community was truly in it on it. They said that you was snitch, but you truly fall from that. They take notes to paint you out to be somebody you truly not, just to make money off you. Just try to humble you. But we ain't the same. I'm far from my hate, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Don't give up on yourself because someone gave up on you or overlooked you. Or somebody said that you were in your corner, you were nobody, far from that, far from the head of neighbor. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Because the right people see you, hear you, and respect you. They act, they buy you into shoe size. They didn't look at you like competition, God then tell a lie. Because when God places the right people into your life, regardless of what subject it is, they see you, they hear you, they respect you with no misintentions. I'm far from a hater, and I say that respectfully. That don't run through my vein. Have a good day. Today is currently July 22nd now. To the genuine ones, I actually hope all is well in your end. I actually hope that you continue to find peace within regards to who gave up on you or overlooked you during your journey. You matter and you are worthy. My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. I do not like this lighting. My lips look so crazy. And my lips don't even look like this in real life. It looks more lighter. No train of thought for me. No, for real, for real. It really does. Always be yourself and with intentions. Oh, wow. The light's not on. Always be yourself with no intentions. I say that respectfully. You matter and you are worthy. Loving yourself is not a crime. So never get discouraged because someone has insecurity problems and they try to project it on you because they don't know how to communicate to go within because they're their own worst enemy. And they're dealing with their own demonic demons or whatever they got going on. When you try to help someone at the end of the day, they try to paint you have to be the villain in their story. Something that you didn't have to do. Just run from who you was. That ain't just different. We ain't the same. But I still not respect my neighbor when they come weather their own storm. When it comes to my creativity, I work with my Heavenly Mother, my Heavenly Father God, and I do not wish the devil good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I'm far from a hater, and I say that respectfully. Regardless who's in the background trying to make me homeless or whatever you're trying to do in the background at the end of the day, you trying to blackmail me against me. I do not live in fear, and I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. And you're in the background making sure at the end of the day I won't be financially stable. God sees everything, and I say that respectfully. I'm far from a hater. My Heavenly Mother, my Heavenly Father got me. And you try to get me beat up or whatever the case may be, I would never hurt myself. And I would never disrespect my neighbor, and I say that respectfully. I know how to be 6 feet apart from my neighbor. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. I don't cause problems. I just speak up for myself. Being real nowadays is a crime. All because of the fact that someone said that nobody's going to ever believe you. And I ain't have to lie. I'm not agent of respect. And I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. Gang stalking is real until it's your household, and you're not doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing. Can nobody ever tell your story better than you, but you? And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. I'm not agent of respect. Stop the violence.